recording. That's happening. Start audio recording. That's happening. Test, test, test. 1, 2. Okay, we're good. Here we go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
Isn't it funny men are like snow, kind of? You just don't know how many inches you're going to get and how long it's going to last.
You are so idiot.
It was accident, and those pants are bad anyway.
The morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, morning stream, morning stream, the morning stream.
The Morning Stream. Man, give me $50.
The morning stream, morning stream, morning stream.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. I'm Scott Johnson. Brian Ibbett is right there.
Hi, good day to ya.
Oh, yeah, it is. But I forget. The only reason I know that it's freaking St. Patrick's Day is the house is filled with the smells of corned beef. And,
Yeah, Tina's got some going in the slow cooker now, corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, going the full Monty tonight with the food.
Big old sucky peppercorns that you want to flavor your food, but you don't want to accidentally eat.
Nope, don't eat those. Don't ingest those. Don't chew them. You'll break a tooth.
Right.
Is my experience. But yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day, so well done, everybody. We've done it. We got around the sun one more time, so we could at least celebrate one of these, and
Yeah.
you'll all do it at home and not out in public bars, I hope. Actually, the Irish are pretty good about this. They're like they're not going out to like pubs and stuff, but over here we got at least parts of the country that are like, I'm going. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm like, you're not even Irish. What are you doing?
I know, and that's why it's like, oh great, I really want to go to Ireland because they're doing the right thing over there. Unfortunately, if we pass through the UK, and some of the connecting flights unfortunately do, then we quarantine for 14 days in Ireland before we can leave the hotel. So we have to go direct from the US to Ireland. We do want to go to the UK probably afterwards. So we'll probably do, fly into Dublin, do our business, run around, and then fly from Dublin to London, have 2-3 days in London, and then back to America.
So when you land in London, you don't have to quarantine in London. You just land there. Okay.
Just land there. You basically right now, everywhere. And then again, this is like, we're not planning this trip for next week or next month or anything like that. We're looking at later this year. So don't worry, everybody. I'm not perpetuating the problem by spreading my American virus all over the rest of the world. But right now, as it stands, because I do want to keep up with what's going on travel-wise, you just basically, when you land somewhere, you have to give them an itinerary of what hotels you're going to be staying at so that if something happens, they can kind of do some reverse contact tracing and saying, oh, well, you stayed at the Covent Garden Marriott, and Peggy Flemberton apparently has COVID, and so now you might have it too if you ran into
the Flembertons, dude. Don't trust the Flembertons.
No, with a name like Flemberton.
I'm glad you said Peggy, though. There was news this morning that broke that they're in hot communication, I guess, with like studio heads and stuff to revive King of the Hill. They're going to set it 15 years in the future, which means...
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess man.
I mean, what else are you going to do? You're going to just start where they were and keep
You can't
going?
really just start where you left off. You've got to change something up. But 15 years, we were just talking about how that doesn't work very well in shows where the last season or they do this time jump forward.
Mm-hmm. I think they could make it work on that show, though. I don't know why. Animation gets away with stuff. Live action doesn't always have... I don't know. There's something about animation you can get away with tricky plot stuff.
So Bobby Hill will be a drinker. He'll be a partier.
Yeah.
College student.
He'd be older than that.
Maybe,
he'd be like, what, 33 or something? Or
right, because he was
was he 12,
15,
13?
16 or something in the show?
I think he's 13.
Well, he wasn't driving yet.
No. I think he was like 13, and he was sort of stuck there.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really change that. But yeah, Bobby will be a man. And
that's right.
I don't know how they handle the death of Luann or all that. Like that's all. Those are all questions I have. But I'm in, man. I like I like King of the Hill. I would be happy about
Mike
it.
Judge hasn't done anything recently, has he, of note?
Well, he's launching a new Beavis and Butthead revival over on
right.
Peacock.
Yeah, I meant of note, though.
Dude, I'm excited about those. I will unabashedly admit I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, since Silicon Valley ended 2 years ago, however long it's been.
Yeah, this is all he's done since then. So as far as I know, he's open. He's like got space on his itinerary to get something done.
Oh,
so.
Dax Hotz. Luann, the character, didn't die, but the actress who did the voice of Luann passed away.
Yeah, so did her husband in the show. They eventually got married. Is it Dusty? Anyway, that was played by Tom Petty, and he passed away.
Right.
So you don't have her or Tom Petty.
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy. Yeah.
Brittany Murphy.
Still one of the shittiest deaths in the history of any time ever.
No kidding.
Her and her husband died from was it
black mold, wasn't it?
Something like that, or carbon monoxide poisoning, or something in the house like that. And there's still like conspiracies about if they were killed or not, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Just awful. What was it, black mold?
Oh,
yeah.
pneumonia, secondary factors of iron deficiency, anemia.
Yeah. It was something in the house though, right?
Mm-hmm. Something in the house, but also
Houses.
a little bit of prescription medications to treat a cold or respiratory infection. So I mean, it
lame.
Yeah,
lame. She was too young. That was dumb. Everything about that sucks. But anyway, so who knows? We'll see. I'm all in because it's kind of on in this house all the time. Everyone loves King of the Hill. My kids love King of the Hill. They know every episode almost by heart. It's just great. So let's get more. That'd be fine with me. Okay, I got a controversial take for the people at home.
Okay. All right.
This came up on Twitter. Things went a little viral with a tweet that I put up. We're currently sitting at something like 6,000 retweets or something on this thing. Not real viral, but viral-ish. My contention is that all this talk of cancel culture, I don't think it exists. I think it's a figment of our imagination, and I'll explain myself. And so calm yourself. There's somebody right now who's freaking out and getting ready to send it out.
there's angry emails being composed right now.
Yeah, calm yourself.
Also, I think we got to define, because there are so many different definitions of cancel culture, from the innocuous to the severe, and I think we need to kind of
we'll define them.
We'll
define them and what they actually mean. But I'm going to contend that it actually barely means anything. So here's what I said. And it caused a little stink, but not too much. I said, the people who tried to ban me from playing Mortal Kombat, reading Stephen King, listening to AC/DC, and enjoying Dungeons & Dragons are now claiming cancel culture is out of control. Someone call Alanis Morissette. I have some real irony to report. Okay, that was my tweet.
Sure.
And then I got to thinking about the deeper issue of what is actual cancel culture. And here's the funny thing. No matter who I'm talking to, who claims it's this awful thing, and there's tons of it, they can never give me a name of anybody who has been, quote unquote, canceled. Now, you can give me lots of names like Harvey Weinstein was fired and prosecuted. Gina Carino was fired from her job. That's not, that's her employer. Right.
Her employer said, stop
them.
Doing those tweets.
Well, whatever it was, it doesn't even matter. Like I had a friend, like 20 something years ago, not a friend, a guy I worked with, who put a little swastika sticker in his cubicle, and he got fired the next day for it.
Yeah,
and
definitely not cancel culture.
There was no social media.
Employee rules, which I would argue is what happened to Gina Carino. I mean, basically, she put out some tweets about masks, blowing off masks or disregarding masks, and Disney said,
I thought her thing was a
Jewish.
I thought her was some Jewish thing. Wasn't it?
The second one was the Jewish thing, the comparison of Nazi Germany, and after the first tweet, Disney said, "Hey, it's against when you signed on to work with us here. We said no controversial tweets, or we said stay away from these kind of topics, and it's in a contract. It's something you sign. It's not a company arbitrarily coming up with some reason to let you go.
Right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway.
She put out
Yeah, and it doesn't matter anyway because they're a company who can hire and fire however they want to. They're not. This isn't social media somehow giving her a pink slip. We don't get to do that. It doesn't work that way. So this idea that public outrage on social media causes cancellations
But I feel like there's flack that happened after that was purely social media. And I don't know if there's talk that she's having a hard time getting a new project off the ground in other places in Hollywood because of what happened with social media. And so that's why I'd say that it could be argued that that's a degree of cancel culture.
I call horseshit. If she can't get a job because of dumb stuff she says, that's just the consequences of saying dumb shit. No matter what the forum is, if you say stuff that puts potential jobs at risk, that's you doing that. If I go to a job interview, I'm
certainly not saying it's anybody's fault but her own.
Right.
But studios may be unwilling to touch her because they don't want the flack to spread to them. They don't want.
I get it, but I still, again, I don't know how that's cancel culture. Like, how does that have anything to do? Like, nobody can name somebody who was quote unquote canceled, meaning stopped at all costs, gone, done, whatever. Some people have said, well, what about Al Franken? There's an example of cancellation. No, those are consequences. And also his decision to retire may be extreme in the face of others not retiring despite their terrible allegations that seem to be true. His decision to retire was his alone. His decision to stay, if he decided to, would have been his alone. Like, that's not us canceling him. That's him making a decision.
You could argue any of these are the consequences of a bad decision and not cancel culture. That's why I feel like cancel culture needs to be better defined, because it's too easy for one side to say, the woke mafia, cancel culture, all that. But I think defining, all right, is it not being able to get a job different from the one you were fired from because the company's afraid of the social media blowback of hiring somebody who said something offensive?
Well, that's exactly what it is.
Consequences.
What you just called it is what it is. Like, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. It's
right. Well,
you said something dumb or did something dumb or you did something dubious or illegal or whatever, and now your job prospects suck. That's it. That's it. It's not because of social media. It's not because of social outrage. It's because you effed up. And if you effed up enough, that means that you could be arranged from anywhere from, well, Gina Carano's off The Mandalorian, but she's still got that movie coming, and I got other stuff going on. Okay, cool.
I mean, Lucasfilm did cancel a spin-off show for Cara Dune that was going to happen, but again, that's consequences, right? It's consequences. It's saying
that's them firing her, literally firing her. Nobody, when that guy, the dude I worked with, got fired for his swastika, nobody stepped up and went, bah! Cancel. It's been the culture of canceling him. No. And like the other example people threw at me was the Dr. Seuss book situation. This is a private publishing company who is making a decision to no longer publish books. It doesn't matter why they're doing it. It doesn't matter anything about that. It's theirs to choose to do what the frick they want to do with it.
Exactly. That didn't come from social media pressure. They made that decision. Yeah, that one is getting kind of.
But they're just screaming about it. Like, I just don't think this exists. I don't think it's real. We all like it because it's a buzzword and we all like to use it. But at the end of the day, it has like no meaning or depth. It doesn't have any effect on anything. Like, it has an effect on the conversation. But guess who's not canceled? Freaking Scott Baio. He's still doing whatever he's doing. Guess who's not canceled? Pick anybody on the extreme left or right. It doesn't
Tucker
matter.
Carlson.
Whoever. And those and by the way, the people that scream cancel culture the most, which was the point of my original tweet, are the ones that do it all the time. They're the ones that are saying, "Oh, it's out of control." But on the other side, if it's something they don't like, they're constantly calling for boycotts and bannings and this and that.
Right.
And the other.
Oh, my buddy. Yeah, one of my buddies that my only friend that's at the other side of things for me that I usually almost always disagree with was bitching about the Gina Carano thing and said, "Yeah, I canceled Disney Plus."
Okay, great.
You literally canceled it, and you're doing it because you're blaming cancel culture and his term, the woke mafia. He says it unironically or unjokingly,
right? Because they love those terms and whatever, and they're deep into it, and I get it. But at the end of the day,
literally canceled Disney Plus.
he's literally canceling something when he's decrying cancel culture. Like, I get it. Now, some people might say, and I had somebody say this yesterday, we're talking about products versus people. The difference between me growing up and being told by the general, adultship of the time, not necessarily my parents, but just sort of, society was saying, Mortal Kombat, bad, ban it. Kids can't play it. Don't read Stephen King. Ban those books. Ban AC/DC. They're from the devil, whatever. Dungeons and Dragons is satanic. Like all of that stuff. Yeah, those are products, but I have to remind people products are at the end of the day run by people. It's people still. So you're still saying cancel a company, you're still saying cancel these people, you're still saying end the whatever. And
Sure.
and also it isn't just people now. Like there's all sorts of stuff. If Target comes out tomorrow and says we're building a whole wing in the clothing center of our stores to service transgenders, then you'll have a ton of people go, boycott the woke mafia over at Target. Cancel them. Like they do the same effing thing. So that's my second problem. It's a two-tiered problem. One, I don't think it exists and everyone uses it as a crutch. And number two, everybody who uses it does it. They do the thing they claim they hate constantly. So F off, everybody. Two big fingers. F off.
I think, but okay, and I know you'll dance around in the gray area when I give this.
No, give me one. I am looking for a good example. Nobody can give me one, so please give me one.
No. And my response is more about the Mortal Kombat, Stephen King, AC/DC, Dungeons and Dragons thing. Those weren't decisions made because of something they said that was controversial on the right or the left. It was an attempt to, oh my God, demonic images, we have to protect the children in almost all those cases, right?
Yeah.
It's, corrupting the minds of children. Again, there's a gray area saying, well, you're still trying to protect people from seeing tweets about comparing masks to Nazi Germany and stuff like that. But the decisions made behind that weren't because of something that Stephen King said about a controversial statement about the right or the left. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see it as public or as even, I know it's political or it can be, but I don't see any of this as political. Like to me, the cancel culture concept itself is just bullshit. Like it's not left or right.
I feel like that's exactly where it came from, is a very political source. Whether it's one side just saying, oh, yep, these guys are saying don't buy any more products from that, was it Goya or whatever it was?
Goya
because
beans or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, here because Ivanka's holding up a can of beans and saying she loves them.
Oh no, you're not wrong. It's absolutely it's political in nature. But what I'm saying is it's bipartisan bullshit. It's not actual. It's actually a partisan issue for me because I don't care if it's Goya beans or freaking Senator SNL guy. I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Whatever it is,
Al Franken.
left or right, don't care. They're all full of it with this concept because this concept only serves them when it serves them, and it doesn't when it doesn't. And I can't believe any of them because they're all. I saw a guy who was in 24-hour period said something to the effect of, I got my gun. He literally talked about Goya beans. I got my gun. I got my Goya beans. I got my this, my that, and this list of things. And your cancel culture will never take them away from me. 24 hours later, it was Target. I keep thinking of Target. Target was doing something progressive, and he said his only words there were boycott Target. Less than 24 hours later, the guy's doing the thing he says he's not doing. So
that's why
everybody.
I say to that degree, cancel culture exists. The fact that it'll make people want to shout boycott, that part of cancel culture exists, sadly. But the people getting stopped in their tracks, the differentiation between cancel culture and consequences for doing something stupid that violates your terms of agreement with your employer, that I'd say is a very different thing.
Yeah, I would also argue that
this call to arms for the mob to say boycott such and such, that degree of cancel culture absolutely exists. So
yeah, well, it exists, but it
may be unsuccessful.
Them saying it exists, but it's just horse shit. It doesn't really happen.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I agree that
the call to boycott happens. The actual cancel culture as you're describing it is bullshit.
Do you remember when they were all throwing out their somebody? I don't remember even which side it was. They were all throwing out Keurig coffee makers. What was the deal there? It was some
Really? Oh, that one I don't remember.
It wasn't even that long ago. It was a couple years. But they were, I can't remember what the deal was. They were all mad at Keurig for something. I don't know what it was. And they all started just taking videos of themselves chucking stuff. Okay, that's just you breaking your own coffee maker, you dipshits.
Bra burning. It's canceling bras. This goes all the way back.
I mean, protests are one thing, I suppose, but this is different. This is like this idea that, and everybody, whatever. Everybody uses it as a crutch.
I've stopped eating hamburgers because of that tweet from Trump. I'm no longer eating hamburgers or drinking Confefe.
Yeah, you'll never eat another
boycott
hamburger.
Those two things.
Yeah, those hamburgers off the menu is what we're saying. All right. Hey, Brian, how'd your vaccine sign up go?
Send your emails, dude.
Yeah.
Well, so I got up at 2:00 in the morning. I kind of woke up randomly at 2:00 in the morning. I thought, oh, you know what? I'll go see, because today, the 17th, is when the switchover happened to start being able to make appointments for vaccines starting Friday. Friday is when 50-year-olds like me can, without two underlying conditions, or working in an industry where it allows it, can start getting vaccination appointments. So today is the day to start getting those vaccination appointments. However, the majority of the places, aside from like the three big hospital groups that have pre-signups, Kaiser, SCL, and Universal Health, UC Health, SCL. That's right, Kaiser, UC Health, and SCL. Those are the places whose systems now are saying, okay, 17th, you can now sign up for appointments. I'm on those lists, and basically I just have to wait for them to say, okay, your number is now up. I checked my place in line, by the way, this morning with Kaiser. I am 30,203rd in line for a vaccine from Kaiser. So as soon as they can get through 30,202 people, boom, I'm in. I'm next.
Yeah.
But all the other ones, like the pharmacy chains, the grocery chains, things like that, have not updated their systems to say it's the 17th. We can now start taking appointments for 50-year-olds for the 19th. They still are in 1B3 territory, which is 60-year-olds and people with underlying conditions and stuff like that. So I can't get in early on any of those systems. I've just basically got to keep refreshing and trying. So
it is like a
we
concert
joked
ticket.
about,
you have to just like keep hitting F5. Yeah, there's no way around
it. Totally
it.
Is. And basically I'm doing the, this is where I've got the crap ton of tabs open on my browser so that I can just jump to any one of them at any given time and say, refresh, anything, refresh.
Yeah. Moravina in the chat says this is really the best way to do vaccines. I mean, I don't know what else you do. You got to get in line. You got to, they already have the age breakdown stuff. So I guess that's something. But this, think about the massive scale at which this is happening, not just here, but worldwide. Like, how do you manage it? I don't know. Freaking.
Yeah. I can't imagine if they said, okay, free for all, just come in and, get in line, get a vaccine, come to any one of these 20 places around the Denver metro area, get in line and get a vaccine. I can't imagine how long those lines would be and how much, because there's so much stuff that has to be tracked beforehand. Did you get your first? This is your second. Did you get Moderna the first time? Do you have any other conditions that might make getting a vaccine troublesome for your system? It's, there's a lot of
there's a lot to it. It's a big, massive, giant scale thing. Mm-hmm. There's no way this goes easy across the board. Nobody's going to have an easy time getting this stuff done. But dang it. Well, I was really hoping that Friday was our double day.
It still might be, because here's the fun thing. Vaccinespotter.org, which is a great site for this sort of thing. If I go on there right now, I see appointments available today for Moderna dose 1. Let's see, that's Moderna. It's a lot of Moderna, actually.
Yeah.
Where I could go today if I were eligible. So I'm hoping that Friday somebody's going to cancel, random refresh will say, all right, there's one here in Commerce City, which is 20 miles away. I can zip up there and get it. Boom.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Open your arm.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just pull up your sleeve and take it like a
exactly
like a man ready for a vaccine. That's how I look at it.
So far, this is easier, or I'm sorry. So far, this is harder than getting BlizzCon Endgame about as hard as getting a PS5.
Yeah. We have a few comparisons. That one.
Except I do have a PS5 and I don't have a vaccine. So
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. Put that in your veins. That's what I say. Have you played much on there? How's that going for you? You got?
It's great. I'm. Here's the deal. For the most part, I want to wrap up Phoenix Immortals Rising before I really engulf myself in Assassin's Creed. But over the weekend, I hooked up the Switch upstairs and played a lot, just laying on the couch. So when I'm down here, I'm playing Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
And when I'm upstairs, I'm playing Phoenix. I've got like 4 of the 6 zones done in Phoenix. I'm really close.
Yeah, that's not too far.
Yeah.
Although there's a pretty thick end game in that thing when you got to beat that boss. That final.
So yeah.
What's his name? The big red dude.
Thor, not Thorin, but it's something like Thorin.
Thondorin, the terrible, whatever.
Terrogrin or something like that.
Terrogrin. That's it.
Terrogrin.
Well, speaking of Terrogrin, he's with us now. Joining us as he does every Monday and Wednesday, Mr. Brian Dunaway here for Battle Royale. Today's a Tadpoley Feud edition. It's good to have you here, Brian. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh,
Am
hi.
I sound okay?
You sound great.
You sound great.
You at work?
Oh, good.
Where
good.
are you? You at
No,
home?
I'm at home. I was up a lot last night. Wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
Been in the bed until about 10 minutes ago, and then Ibbot sent that link, and I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah, you got to be sharp, man.
Crap.
Well, I hope you're all right. You're just not feeling it. Having one of those days.
Under the weather. Speaking of the weather's been changing, and just between my allergies and just everything, just wasn't feeling well. So I took a day.
Yeah.
And then I forgot it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
The day that I took.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I feel okay right now after my little nap.
Well,
little groggy.
I'm glad that you were able to get.
How you doing?
I'm glad you got a little bit of that in. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show. We're going to do some fun stuff here, but first we have to welcome a listener on the line to see if they want to participate with us. I hope this is who I think it is. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Jessica from Southern California. Good morning, gentlemen.
You're not the name I thought of, but it's totally fine because I like Jessica as well. That'll be great. We were there was an attempt by Claire to try to call in because it's a National Irish Day or whatever. What is it?
Yeah. I forgot about that. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, why am I the only one wearing green out of the 3 of us?
What the heck?
I'm wearing green, all right.
No, I got a sock. I got green socks. I'm good.
Do you?
No pinching me is what I'm saying.
I have 2 of my Fantastic Four socks on. I wish I could show you. Oh, I could show you. Yeah. Hold on a second.
Jessica, are you wearing?
But don't.
Are you wearing green, Jessica? You got some green going on there?
I am wearing green today.
Oh, fantastic!
There's
See,
my
there's
Invisible
Brian.
Woman socks right there.
Those look good, Brian. Yeah, it's a good look. The cat's like
those are Invisible Woman socks. Oh, okay, there we go.
Wait, why are you wearing 2 totally different socks? Just
because the Fantastic Four came with 4 different socks: Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, and
are you wearing those other ones on your hands?
That's amazing.
Oh, there goes the cat. She really did not enjoy me sticking my feet in her face.
Yeah. Oh, again? Oh, the feet. Oh, the human feet.
Yeah, they don't like that.
She just took off.
They're not into it.
F it.
Well, don't worry, she'll be back. I have a feeling.
She'll be back.
All right, let's dive in. We're going to play this game. We're going to see if we can get Jessica some prizes, and Brian will have to explain how this works.
I'll explain exactly how this works. Jessica, it's time to play the Tadpoley Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. It is Scott and Brian's job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Jessica, your job is more important than ever because you're not just going to be choosing who you think is going to win. You're going to be working with either Scott or Brian, and if your team wins, you get a prize package that includes a couple of games from Steam. Moving Out. Is that based on the Billy Joel song? I hope it is.
I'm moving down.
Yeah, like you start the game, it tells you good luck moving up because I'm moving out.
Yeah.
There's a special boss level where you get a call from a friend who lives on the West Coast. And then Boomerang Foo.
Boomerang Foo.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I never heard
What
of
is that?
No idea. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's great.
Boomerang Foo. Anyway, you get those 2 games if you win. Jessica. Now, let's get to the game here. We surveyed the Tadpool. 575 people answered this one.
Oh, nice.
A lot of answers on the board. Yeah, this got the this last bunch of surveys got a great response. So we have a lot of great answers on the board. Hands on buzzers. Here is your question. Name an animal character from the comics, either comic books or comic strips. Scott.
Garfield.
What?
What? show me Garfield. Yeah, number one answer.
Well, I mean, I clicked on the buzzer button, and then like 3 seconds later, I hear Scott going.
You had
like,
some
what?
lag? You had some lag or something.
That's some serious lag then. Oh my gosh, I must be
man.
getting the question way after Scott.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I think you're probably
yes,
weird.
so comic books or comic strips, name an animal character. Scott said Garfield. Number one answer, Scott. Not only do you get to play, but Jessica is going to be your teammate. So you better win this so she gets those prizes.
All right, we're gonna do our best here, Jessica. Do you have anything
share
pop into?
share the board if you're not sharing the board yet.
Oh yeah, I'm showing it. Do you have one that popped into your head that we could use?
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say for my 3-year-old. Got to say Snoopy.
Oh yeah,
Snoopy's gotta
Snoopy.
be on there.
there you go.
Snoopy.
Snoopy.
All right. Show me that lovable beagle. Snoopy.
Is that the sound he makes?
Yeah, that's the sound he makes. So when he
Yeah,
when
he
he was
does.
crying after he was lost in a
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've heard
he
Snoopy.
sounds like a Murgle.
Yeah. I saw a video this morning. Somebody made a drone with a housing around it that looked like the Red Baron thing. So it was like the doghouse with him sitting up top of the goggles, flying that thing. It's awesome. Somebody's drone
that's
looks
really
like
cool.
that. Yeah, it's really cool.
Of course,
It's funny
you
should
Red
know.
Baron. All right, very good. We got a couple answers on there. Give me another one. Name an animal character from the comics, either comic books or comic strips.
Okay. So the question that was sent to the Tadpoolers said comic books as one of the options, right? So
Yes,
they were thinking of
the
that.
question sent to the Tadpool was exactly what I just said. Name an animal character from the comics, comic books, or comic strips.
Okay.
Exactly as I read it, Scott.
Well, it's important because it depends on where their minds are at.
Yes, it does.
So Jessica, I lean toward Rocket Raccoon for some reason,
Oh.
even though he's technically an alien,
And yeah.
but he's a raccoon. How do you feel about that? Do you sign off on my bad idea?
I want to clarify if it's comic strip or comic book.
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either or, yeah.
Then yes.
And
Then yes.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to say that one.
all
Rocket
right,
Raccoon.
show me that alien that's not really an animal, Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, he's on there. Number 4.
I know how our people think. I know what's up
Yes.
there. Okay. Ooh, now the pressure's
I mean,
on.
you could argue on a few of these.
Yeah. How about Jessica? How do you feel about Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo.
Yes. I also was thinking, but I don't know if it would count. Does Hobbs the Tiger count?
Oh, he totally counts. You know what? We're
He's
doing Hobbs. You know
imaginary.
what? We're doing Hobbs. And Scott, my idea of Scooby-Doo is bad anyway because I just realized there are comics, but no one's going to think of that. So let's do.
You'd think, wouldn't you? We'll see.
We'll go with that one. Let's say Hobbs from.
All right, show
Calvin
me
Hobbes.
that lovable stuffed animal who's not really an animal, Hobbs.
Number 2.
Number 2 answer.
Yeah, that sounds
Yep.
right. That's interesting. So they did do the
Cheetah,
top-
right?
Yeah, Cheetah. Top 3 are all comic strips, so this is probably pretty heavily weighted that way. So let's think. There's like Marmaduke. Do you want to do Marmaduke?
That's what I was actually going to say.
Yeah. All right, let's do Marmaduke, the big red dog, big stupid red dog.
He's not a big red
yeah,
dog.
you're
That's
thinking of-
Clifford.
Oh, hey, you just gave away a possible other one, but we'll say Marmaduke.
Yeah, I don't think Clifford the comic book is really selling hot.
mix
Marmaduke
those
is
two up.
what is he? A great boxer? A great Dane?
He's a Marm.
Mastiff. No, what is he?
He's a Marmaduke.
He's a Marmaduke. All right, show me Marmaduke.
He's a Great Dane.
Oh, number
by the
wow.
way.
Numbers
He's a
5,
Great
5.
Dane, by the way.
Fifth answer. Is he
Marmaduke.
Great Dane? Yeah.
And he's
Alright.
kind of brownish.
So Brian, we got
He's definitely brownish.
The top 5 answers have been removed from the board.
Yes.
Ooh, pressure's on here. Jessica,
right.
I got another one that's cropping up in your head.
I don't know if the Tadpole would pick it, but what about, I think it's like Dogbert from the Dilbert comic strip?
Oh, Dogbert, maybe.
Yeah, Dogbert's a good one.
Dogbert.
I like
Yeah,
old
you know
Dogbert.
what? Dogbert.
You know what? Dogbert.
You know what, Dogbert? Show me Dogbert.
Damn it.
Oh.
Well,
Hey-o.
there you go then. Oh.
All right.
Ah, man, I just thought of one. All right, go ahead.
Goes over
what
to.
was it?
Nothing.
yeah, which
I'm
one
not
did you think
saying. Not saying. I feel pretty good about the
two,
points
two
on the
people,
board.
by the way, did say Dogbert, just so you know.
Right.
Oh, they did. All right.
My first instinct was to go with comic strips because that's where I go. But you said comic book, and I thought immediately the first thing I thought in a comic book, since we've hit a lot of the comic strip, is Superman's or Superboy's dog Crypto.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go Crypto.
I just
Crypto.
watched. I
and
just
if you
watched
buy
Crypto.
him, you pay with cryptocurrency.
I just
Right.
watched him save a whole bunch of people in that Deceased series. They have a big showcase of that dog in that comic. Anyway.
All right, let's see if Crypto's on here. Show me Crypto. Number
Yes.
7 answer on the board.
That's interesting.
All right, Brian, you still have possession of the board.
I am so tempted to stay within the comic strip area, but I just don't know how many people in a Tadpole remember. If they remembered Marmaduke, you would think they would remember Heathcliff. Also, they were kind of tied together in some
Wasn't
animated
Heathcliff like a
stuff.
cat? That was a cat, right?
He was a cat. Yeah, he was a cat.
Okay,
He
so
was
he was
another
like-
orange tabby.
Yeah, so he was like
they were. I think they were both. Was it both UAs? I can't remember. So I'm gonna go with Heathcliff just to see if.
You know what it's like? It's like I know what this is like. This is like Transformers and GoBots, Garfield and
Yeah,
Heathcliff.
right.
That's what that's
Right.
like. Yeah.
Yep, they were very, very similar.
Yeah.
All right, show me second-rate Garfield Heathcliff.
Oh.
He was. He's to give you some credit, number 12 in the list here. Just didn't make the top 10.
All right. Jessica, I'm leaning toward I was just talking about Garfield again. Why not the dog? Well, I don't remember his name though.
Odie?
Oh, is it?
Oh, that's
Is that
No,
right?
Odie's
Duh.
Garfield.
I didn't. Why did I think of that?
Yeah, Odie's good. Let's do Odie.
All right, okay. Show me that big dumb dog with his tongue sticking out. Odie.
Yeah, of course it's in there.
8 on the board. Yes.
Okay. Secondary character.
That's right. Yes.
Oh man, now I'm in a rut.
The only other one I was possibly thinking of, but I don't know if it get high enough, would be Lockjaw from the Inhumans.
Oh right, the big. I just read that whole series and loved the freaking crap.
Did you
out
guys
of that.
see? Did you see the movie?
No, the TV show.
The movie.
Or whatever.
You mean the TV show?
TV show, excuse me.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
bad. According
It's
to
bad, but they did a pretty good job with the CGI of Lockjaw.
Yeah, I really like that dog in the comic. That dog saved everybody's butt. Sorry, spoilers.
Everybody's butts.
It was an important part of Black Bolt's plan. Let's just say that. Let's go with why not? We'll say Lockjaw. Let's see if these nerds
Lockjaw.
are true nerds or not.
Show me Lockjaw.
Damn it. Oh.
On the list, but not high enough. I think Lockjaw. Well, actually, only one person said Lockjaw.
Oh, yeah, not high enough for sure.
But the important
Now-
thing is somebody was thinking Lockjaw. Back to
Right.
you, Brian.
Now that we've established that secondary characters do show up with Odie, I'm going to go with Woodstock, my other favorite Peanuts character.
Talks in hash marks. It's burp, 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 burp.
Yep.
Or I guess counting lines. Show me that the bird that had a concert named after him, Woodstock.
Oh, come on.
Is it true that they named it after him? No,
They named it
Okay.
after the town in New York.
Oh yeah,
where,
Woodstock, New York. That's right.
yeah.
I think it's the other way around. Maybe he was named after it.
Might have been. Yeah, might have been named after the town. Or
Can't
the-
remember.
I mean, he came before the concert, so it would have to have been the town.
Did he? 69? Yeah, maybe. I don't
69, dude.
remember. All right. Oh man, we're down in the turd water here.
In the
The
turd water.
Let's see. So I just my
Hagar the Horrible, he was kind of an animal.
Yeah, kind of was, I guess. I think we have to go comic books because I think we're plumb out of comic strips here.
Yeah, and 3 I'm kind of thinking of, but none of them I think would be high enough to count. I don't know.
Kathy's bathing suit, maybe?
Give me the highest. Give me the highest one you have, and then
give me the highest one you have.
Yeah.
That's also what Kathy said when she ordered her bathing suit.
Right.
Howard the Duck.
Oh,
that's a good one.
That's actually really good. Howard the Duck.
That's really good.
Yeah. If they didn't do that, they're
I'm going to give a good answer on that one.
I know he's an alien. He's not an actual duck again, but it's that we've proven with Rocket and other stuff that we don't care. So we'll say
accuracy is not the point of Tadpoley Feud.
No.
It's what people say.
It's what people say.
That's exactly right. Like if somebody if enough people put a wrong answer and it makes it in the top 10, I leave that wrong answer. So
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Sure now.
Howard the Duck then.
All right, that's what you're saying.
Yep.
Show me making 2 little tiny cameo appearances in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Number 9. Yes.
Well done, Jessica. Nailed it.
I think, let's see, 10 plus 6 plus 7. Yes. Jessica's won this no matter what happens here.
Right.
2 answers still on the board, but
I want to see if you can run the board, Scott.
Yeah.
Run the board.
All right.
Billy Douchepoodle says that Woodstock first appeared in 1967, but wasn't named until 1970 and was named after the concert.
Oh,
yeah, there was they had a whole internet campaign. Charles Schultz did.
And how come he didn't come out with Birdie McBirdface? I'm surprised.
Well, there was so much cancel culture in 1967 that. All right, so we're down to 2 slots, and we own the board
2
still.
slots.
2 slots.
So we can kind of go for broke here since you've won.
Mm-hmm.
What were your other 2, Jessica, that you were going to say?
I was going to say Spider Ham.
Oh yeah, Spider Ham.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Let's do Spider Ham again. It's more of an
I'm
alien and less of
Marvel
an actual
tunnel
pig,
vision.
but it works. Spider Ham. Let's say Spider Ham.
All right, show me Peter Porker, the spectacular Spider Ham.
Oh, look at that.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great. I
Well, that
love
blew
it.
my
Wouldn't
theory.
be on
I
the
had
list. Wouldn't be on the list if it weren't for Into the Spider-Verse.
Right.
Just gotta say.
I had a late game possibility to steal, and I think that's not going to work now that I've seen that Peter Porker is the other answer. Darn it.
Number 6.
Yeah, 1 answer left on the board. Can either player get it? Or
What
any
was
of
your-
our 3 players
What
get
was
it?
your third pick that you were going to do, Jessica? What was the third one?
My third pitch, because I'm stuck like in Marvel tunnel vision thinking about comics and stuff. I was going to say Dogpool from the Deadpool series.
Oh, I forgot that even existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
But my
do.
guess is not going to be high enough.
Yeah, it may not be, but let's try it. If this ends up being, it just hit me that maybe the Ninja Turtles are turtles, and that might be a comic book that people would
that's a
think
good
of. So that'll be my guess. That's her guess. Let's see which. And Brian, you give a final guess. What do you think the final guess is? And then we'll.
Oh, I get a final guess too? Well,
Yeah.
I think it's either going to be Bill the Cat or Opus from Bloom County.
Oh yeah, Opus the penguin.
The duck.
I said duck. All right, let's try
A wish
those
for
3 and
wings
just
at
see
work.
how we do.
All right. So on all of those, I'll just do this.
Ah, damn it.
Nice. Wow. Then what is left? What is left that we missed?
Yeah. So you guys actually did name it, and you just didn't stick with it. Appearing in cartoons, but not until later in comic books and in comic
Oh,
strips.
is it Scooby-Doo?
It is indeed Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, they
I would
are.
expect like Crazy Cat or something. There's a lot of Scooby-Doo comics, especially the ones with the Batman.
Yeah,
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
There's a bunch out now. There's
Opus-
some super hipster ones now that you can go buy. They're big.
Opus number 11 on the list. Heathcliff was 12. Heathcliff. Batman number 13 because people.
Did people really put Batman? That's amazing.
He is a bat. I guess he's
Bugs Bunny, Spider-Man
Bat than Man.
again, Ace the
Bat.
Bat-Hound, Beast from the X-Men comics,
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Beast Boy, Dogbert number 21 on the list, Felix the Cat, Frog Thor, Goofy,
Felix the Cat.
Grimm from Mother Goose and Grimm, Lockheed,
I thought of that.
Kitty Pryde's pet dragon.
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody would know Grimm. I didn't think anybody would remember that.
Yeah, that was such a great comic. Lucky
yeah.
the pizza dog from Hawkeye. Snowy from Tintin, Snarf, Tigra.
That's not a
Somebody just randomly put turtle. That was good. Yeah,
turtle.
turtle. I assume they meant one of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bill, Black Panther, Calvin. Really doesn't remember that comic very well. Charlie Brown, Chitara, Clifford.
Charlie
Cosmo
Brown.
from Charlie Brown.
He's
Clifford,
a kid.
you were right. Clifford was in there too. Jeez.
Dino Mutt.
He's a mammal, I guess.
Gleek, Groot, Hong Kong Fooey.
Groot.
Oh, there's Groot.
He's more vegetable than animal.
Yeah.
Somebody put Mendoza the Goose.
Well,
Ozymandias's Lynx from Watchmen.
Wow. They went...
The Pink Panther. Oh, Raphael. Raphael did get a vote.
Pink Panther was a good one.
Yeah. Pink Panther's actually not bad. That's an actual panther. And he's pink. So that's cool.
Right.
Well, Jessica, that means...
that was a good enough generalized question that we were able to get the whole board for the most part.
We cleared it out pretty much.
I enjoyed that question.
Yeah. Which means this.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yes, that's right. All you have to do, Jessica, is send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com. He will give you your prize winnings, and you were a pleasure to hang out with today. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, if I can say one last thing, in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, and I don't play games on Steam, please give the games to someone in the chat room today.
Oh, we can totally do that. That's very nice.
I'm a console player. So.
Oh, there you go. Well, take that controller and hold it in the air high with pride. No problem. We'll totally do that. You were awesome to have on. We'll see you soon. Bye now. All right, Brian, I don't know how you want to give those out, but we could totally...
the first person to name an animal from this list that I didn't say when I was going through the answers.
Yeah.
The highest first one, the first one gets it. A name that I didn't say on this list. So
there you go.
Starting now, go.
Go.
What have you come up with?
This is your chance.
I know. You got to wait for the delay here.
That's all right. In the meantime, I can say...
Did anyone mention
Fox,
crazy?
not on the list. Sheep, not on the list. Ant-Man. Gleek. I did say Gleek. Sorry.
Yeah, you did
Nermal.
say Gleek.
Nermal.
I forgot about Nermal from
also
from Garfield.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
Evil AZ got Nermal, so
well done.
Congratulations.
Someone said Bugs Bunny.
Crazy Cat. Did you mention Crazy Cat?
I did mention Crazy Cat.
Okay.
Well, I mentioned it, but
right.
Nobody.
I don't think Poochie from the
Swine
Simpsons
almost mentioned those two, but it's just rat and pig and
alligator. And
I wasn't sure if anybody would put that.
One of my favorite comic strips is Pearls Before Swine.
Oh yeah, he is great.
Yeah.
I talked to him a couple of times. He was a regular on the Comics Coast to Coast show for a while,
so cool.
early on, because of Justin Thompson, who works at the Schultz Studio.
Yeah.
Was it museum at the time?
Very cool.
Yeah, that's still a thing. I get that funny little pig and goat. They're pretty great.
Yeah, he does good. He did some lawyering for a while too.
Well, that's what you do. You go from that to comics. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Well done, everybody. I don't know who said underdog, but I don't think there were ever any underdog comics, right?
Underdog.
People did say no. Actually, underdog didn't get any. Surprisingly, no underdog.
Huh.
Vincent Van Gogh, the Max.
No one gives
the
Max.
What is the Max?
He's just a
not
big.
He's a man, right?
Guy.
But
He's
yeah,
a Hulk
morphed,
dude,
right?
Yeah, he's an Image Comics Hulk ripoff. Is what he is.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Roberto from Gru.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love
Gru.
that too. Yeah, loved Gru the Wanderer.
Nothing wrong with Gru.
All right, so congratulations again to whoever I said, and I emailed them. Evil Az.
Nice.
Gets the prize.
Well done, Brian Dunaway. Great to have you on.
Stop rubbing your balls, Scott.
No more ball rubbing. Look, we had a. Is my eyeballs for those at home listening? I was rubbing my eyeballs. Dunaway and I just put up a fresh episode of the Boop Show yesterday. That was great. Go check it out wherever you get your podcasts. And this weekend, check us out on FilmSack, where we're watching the movie. I forgot. I had it written down.
We're watching the movie with the thing.
Yeah, don't remember now.
I can either. If you go to QuickSack LI, you can look right at the top. It'll tell you right away.
I'll tell you. It's Towering Inferno.
Oh, Towering Inferno.
The 70s classic disaster film.
The Steve Irwin Towering Inferno. Not Steve Irwin. It's the other.
Now Ibbott is rubbing his balls. What with the ball
so much
rubbing?
Ball rubbing on this show.
I know we got itchy balls. What can I tell you? But yeah, that'll be good because it's got noted murderer.
O.J.
O.J.
Simpson.
Simpson
The juice is loose.
Yeah. So he's in there, and it's
if
a
the
good
fire
time.
don't quit, you must acquit.
Yeah.
You guys all need like a sick nap like I had.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm awake now.
Yeah, I know. That sounds so good. Just going up on the couch, laying down, playing some more Phoenix. Come on, give me that.
Yeah, give me that right
business.
now. Let's go right now. That's it. Thanks, Brian. Good to have you here. We'll see you soon.
guys.
I can't hang up on you for some reason. Why?
Bye-bye.
Why?
Bye-bye now.
Wish I knew how to quit you, Brian Dunaway.
There he goes. He's gone now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to spend some time with Tom, learn about what's happening in the world of tech headlines. Also, Nicole will be here with Recommendals, so come back for all of that and more after this song break presented by Brian Ibbett Industries.
Presented by me. Let's go to Los Angeles to a 17-year-old singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and producer. She released her first ever tracks back in 2019 on SoundCloud, and she's been producing and writing ever since. Her stuff is great. Like, it's hard to believe this is all coming out of a 17-year-old's mind. It's just so good. This is some dreamy dream pop. You're going to love it. Brand new EP is called Claire. Here is Ella Woolsey and the song FNM.
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 All right.
FNM.
Here it is. Enjoy.
Mother, we request to stop at McDonald's. Our friend Gramathan would like to meet us there for some McFlurry time.
Taylor, this is new man employee. His name is Taylor. Your names are same, so you should do same things.
This is the morning stream. Exercising demons since
All right, everybody, we're back. Welcome back to the program.
Yeah, once again, that was Ella Woolsey, Woolsey, and the song FNM. Check her out on SoundCloud. Could not find a YouTube. No, she has no videos up on YouTube, just a bunch of subscriptions. So
after today,
go check out Ella Woolsey.
Yeah, after today, she'll be flooded with them. So check them out.
Flooded.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That's right. You know the man. His name is Tom Merritt. Shows up on Wednesdays, talks about the tech headlines of that day. And today is no different. Tom, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. I thought when you said you were going to Los Angeles for the song that you were going to have me sing.
Oh, yeah. Did you prepare something for us?
No, I'm very relieved you didn't.
Oh, man. I mean, we'd take anything from you. Cover, you could do original work, whatever you want.
Even some beat poetry.
Yeah.
Say that now.
Yeah. Some kind of lounge music, some sort of loungy Tom, like crooner stuff. I'd be down.
Exactly.
Frank,
Yes.
little blue eyes.
Yeah. Look, I've seen you wear a fedora. You could pull it off. You got this.
I could. Well, I don't have one. It's in the other room.
Oh my gosh!
3 Bitcoins in a fountain.
Hold on. Make a.
You don't need me.
Write it down. Today was the day Tom didn't have a thing within his reach. This is the first time this has ever happened. It's never not happened before. Well, anyway, it's good to have you here as always. I love Wednesdays because I get to be on the Daily Tech News Show, and in the lead up to that, of course, you're doing all sorts of preparation and stuff. What's leading the headlines out there today?
Well, do you want to talk about Uber's labor policies, or do you want to talk about Wikipedia's chance to get money out of big tech?
Oh, that's so weird. So I read about the Uber thing and how Californians are mad because it looks like if they just would have stood their ground, they would have gotten the labor practices out of them.
Every single Californian is angry right now because if we had stood our ground, the UK Supreme Court would have ruled in our favor too. Wait, hold on. These are entirely different countries with So the short version of the Uber thing is Uber lost a court case. The UK Supreme Court ruled that Uber had to treat their drivers as workers.
Yeah.
Now, that is interesting because here in the United States, we have employees and basically not employees. In the UK, they have a more robust middle category called worker, and a worker is free to work or not work. Yeah. That's usually in the US how we decide, like, well, if you're free to decide whether to work or not, then you're a contractor.
Right.
But if your hours are going to be set, then And the UK is like, well, no, you could still be required to have pensions and protection if you're a worker. They have this middle category. And so that was applied to the Uber drivers. And Uber has now said, we are going to guarantee a minimum. I think this is probably getting misunderstood a little out there. There is a minimum wage in the UK. And what Uber is going to do is say, our drivers will be guaranteed to make at least that minimum wage. So if their fares are more than minimum wage, they'll make more.
Right.
But if their fares were below minimum wage, then we'll guarantee they won't get they won't get less than that. The contention is going to be over how that's calculated. Uber is going to calculate that during rides, whereas the Supreme Court in its decision said that it should start when you're connected to the app available to take rides.
It absolutely should. Yeah, because there's all that time. Sometimes you're called to pick somebody up 30 minutes away, and all that is unpaid and Uber and Lyft don't pay you for that time to go pick somebody up. You only get paid on the clock. So
now,
I agree.
That is a good question. I think Uber is going to apply the minimum wage to the transit time to the fare, possibly. I may be wrong about that. They're definitely not applying it to you sitting in the parking lot waiting for a fare to come up.
Okay.
Panera, by the way, is my favorite parking lot to wait in because good Wi-Fi and I can go in and get a coffee.
Yeah,
Panera used to be the St. Louis bread company.
Oh,
did it really?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go for some bread from St. Louis.
Well, it's little known outside of St. Louis, I guess.
Right.
Is St. Louis known for their bread, or is that why they changed it?
They're known for the Panera bread, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this,
and their good Wi-Fi.
Does this, in your estimation, move the needle at all in
famous
this direction?
St. Louis toasted Wi-Fi.
Quality Wi-Fi.
Sorry, Scott. What were you were asking?
You guys are having a fun trip down that road, and I didn't want to interrupt. But do you think it moves the needle here at all? Is there any change to any policy?
It certainly is going to provide a little fodder for people to rally the troops. There's the PRO Act that's got a little traction federally to sort of say, okay, let's change the law nationwide to affect this. And it doesn't look like the battle's over in the UK. Transport for London might decide to wade in. The UK government might decide to wade in. I think Uber is cleverly saying, look, we gave you almost everything.
Yeah.
And we think that once we do this, that even if you counted the time that you're sitting around, it's probably still going to meet minimum wage, but we won't be encouraging people to try to play that system. I think Uber's worried that, folks will connect to the app, gamble that they're not going to get a ride, and then cut it off, and try to game the system. I doubt that's going to happen a lot, but maybe that's what they're worried about. So I think there'll be a battle there. I think it's just another plank in the arguments that were going to happen anyway here in the U.S.
Okay, interesting. Now, real quick on the Wikipedia thing. It just so happens last night I was reading about King Nebuchadnezzar II for some reason.
As you do, yeah.
And it hit me. It's just so funny you bring this up today because it hit me last night in a very meaningful way. Like all of a sudden I was just very appreciative of what Wikipedia is. Like that it exists, that it covers what it covers.
That it helped you pronounce King Nebuchadnezzar's name correctly.
Yeah, I got that right. Yeah,
that
exactly.
was impressive.
But this entire resource is really pretty awesome. Like it's easy to just sort of brush it off as another part of the internet and we don't think about it much, but it's a really impressive thing that exists and that it's there and that at any moment of the day I can go, wait a minute, didn't King Henry VIII have 4 wives or 3 or whatever? And I can go find out and I'll get accurate information, pretty great information about what I'm looking for. Is it perfect? No, but it seems like that thing, achieved what it was meant to achieve. So I am curious what's in the news today because I was just having an appreciation moment. Was I too soon or was I right to be appreciating it?
No, I think you're right to appreciate it. I have some problems with some of the headlines on this particular article saying Wikipedia gonna force big tech to pay them for what they've been taking for free, because the Wikimedia Foundation, which operates Wikipedia, is saying you can continue to take everything for free. They're not putting up a gate on anything. What they're doing, I think, is incredibly smart. They're going to create a product later this year called Wikimedia Enterprise that says, hey, if you're a Google or a Facebook or some other big tech company that is scraping tons of our information and using it, we could help you make that easier. We could format it for you better. We could clean it up for you. You may, and probably are in Google's case, paying people to, clean up some of the entries from us. Wikimedia Enterprise, you pay us, we'll provide you a feed that is custom to your interests versus the general API, which is meant for anybody to come along and just get some information out. And I think that's incredibly smart because enterprise companies will spend a lot more on stuff than private individuals will. And we have seen this model work in, for instance, operating systems. When's the last time you paid for Windows? Right. But the enterprise does pay for it, not because they pay for Windows, they pay for the support. And that's essentially what Wikimedia is doing here, saying we will provide you support. We'll provide you some custom stuff. And it would be another revenue source for Wikimedia.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. I always wonder how those guys they've had to have long and many meetings about how to monetize what they do better than they already do. And it's always just come down to, hey, donate what you can, or we're having our yearly fund drive, or it's always been that. So for them to find another way is interesting at the very least. So we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, and honestly, this is just information. I like Wikipedia's stance here, which is that they take public information that is made available publicly on purpose, so that we can all be smarter, and they provide it for free on purpose so that we can all be smarter. Yep. And so they're not trying to gate that. They're saying we also know that you might have a need that not everyone else in our community has. And if you're willing to pay for that and you're a company that's big enough to pay for it, we'll help you make it easier. But the information itself still flows freely through it.
Well, there you go. Don't look for Encarta to make a comeback is our bottom line. It's not happening.
Yeah, don't call it Encarta. It's been here for years.
Well, very cool. There's these stories, but lots more that happen on the Daily Tech News Show every day. And today I get to be on. So check it out at 2:30 Mountain Time and see what we have in store. Tom, anything else you want to mention?
Oh, freetomnewsletter.com. I really just want to thank lots of you folks that have been joining in, sending me emails. If you don't know what it is, I send out a free newsletter every Friday. Talks a little bit about what I've been up to over the week. So generally it's a lot about the podcasts that I've been doing. Occasionally it's why my eye swole over shut. And explanations like that. If you want to get those exclusive stories, sign up, freetomnewsletter.com, and you can reply to it, and I'll reply right back to you.
Nice. Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. We'll see you soon. Bye now.
Thanks.
All right. I like that his plaid today was blending with his background. It was almost like a floating head.
If there's ever a time that he's going to finally break the appearance that it's a green screen behind him that just has a cool bookcase on it.
Yeah.
Today would have been the day with that.
It would have been
plaid.
the day. Yeah, you're right. Also, get that fedora within reaching distance. I'm starting to question everything.
What the heck,
I question
man?
everything now.
Jeez.
Jeez Louise. All right. Hey, what about Nicole? What about her?
What about Nicole? Is my favorite movie from the 90s. What about Nicole?
What about Nicole? And what about Nicole 2? Kind of a misstep.
Not so much. Not good character development.
Different director. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's usually what does it.
All right. We're bringing her in. We're going to do recommendals. We're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So enjoy this. It is one Nicole Spagnuolo joining us from also in Colorado, where Brian lives. Not far from each other, 30 minutes or something.
Also.
Yeah.
Hey,
Also.
Digging out from that blizzard, are you?
I have really crappy internet.
Oh, that's because Mark's uploading porn.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Yeah, can you hear us?
And our internet has been going wonky since the storm.
Oh. We got a
Really?
little storm-based weirdness happening.
Don't send video. Let's see if we can maximize your audio bandwidth.
I turned off the video.
Yeah, you sound better already. Oh, that was,
okay.
How'd you like all that snow, huh? Welcome to Colorado.
Well, it's fine. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than 120 for 2-3 months.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Plus, you're from Missouri. You've seen snow. You know what's up. You know?
Clay.
Yeah, that's
it's
stuff.
snow.
Yeah, it's snow.
You work around it.
You do. Unless you're not used to it at all, and then it seems crazy. But yeah, the rest of us. The weird thing is we always get at least 2 or 3 of that size of storm you guys got a year, and we didn't get anything this year, hardly. Just little smatterings here and there.
You can tell who's new to the state.
Oh yeah,
because they're buying up the eggs and the bread.
Yes. Yeah, it was crazy.
Just wait a day. It'll
grocery stores freaking decimated over the weekend. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do you think? Do you think it's new people?
It's just panic. It's toilet paper panic, basically.
Okay.
It's they don't know what they're seeing what happened in Texas and thinking, oh my God, that's going to happen here. In Colorado, this happens so often, we're prepared for it.
Yeah.
That caught Texas by surprise, and Colorado's
not only that, but Texas doesn't have the infrastructure. They don't do road, cleanup and salting and all that. They don't do any of that stuff.
Right. Well, exactly.
It also depends on the area that you move from. So, like in Missouri, when you got a snowstorm like this, the next day the roads were not clear. The next week the roads sometimes are not clear. It's like it's a much different experience in other parts than it is here in Colorado.
Yeah. So enjoy your mile-high snow, and may it ever melt.
Have you been here for 5 years yet, Nicole? 6 years?
We came out here in November 2016. So
pretty close to
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen you for the last whole one.
I know, it's so weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
It is weird.
Do you look at dates and go, oh, that was just last year, and you're like, oh wait, that was 2019. That was 2 years ago now.
Yeah. So I have our Echo show set up to show us photos from this day. Like basically, it looks at my photo roll and shows us photos from this day in different years. And so it's funny, like seeing, oh yeah, we were in Vegas for the Geek Bowl, and oh yeah, we did this, and then you get to like 1 year ago, and it's like, here's me at home in pajamas.
Yeah, it's weird that way.
It's funny looking at some of these that are like 2 years ago and 3 years ago and thinking, oh yeah, this is just last. Oh no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Ava, do you want to say hi? I don't have a camera on.
Hi,
say hi again?
hi, Ava.
Hi.
It's so funny on the high end of her high, her internet goes weird when she gets low.
Okay. Go on. See you later. Sorry.
She wants to build a snowman. All right. Hey, let's do recommendals. We do this thing.
Yeah, I have some good ones. I got some really good ones.
Oh,
this
really?
week.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So no meh-commentals or recommendals. How do we go? What do we say?
Meh-commentals.
Meh-commentals, not meh-mehkles.
There's so many places you can stick the meh.
Oh my gosh, Nicole, we watched I have to tell you about this. My wife was watching something, and it had Dermot. Oh no, it's the final season of New Girl, and Dermot McRolney's in it. And here's the problem. I can't call him by his regular name now. I can't do it.
I don't even know what his regular name is now.
It's impossible. My wife goes, "Oh, look, hon, who it is?" And I go, "Oh, it's Dermot McRolney." She goes, "That sounds like Nicole's version that you do on the show." I'm like, "I know, I don't even know. Is it Dermot Mulroney.
Is it Mulroney?
Mulroney, yeah.
Oh, you've ruined me on him.
Dermot McRolney.
Yeah. It's so bad.
Broken you. I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. Anyway, we're going to start with Brian this week with his recommendal. Brian, any setup for this?
Yeah. Just one for this one for me today. And two things. You'll hear the name of the movie at least partially named in this clip, so won't be a big surprise. Number two, it also won't be a big surprise knowing what I'm usually doing at this time of year every year, movie-wise. So let's get to the clip.
Sounds like this movie might be Oscar-worthy. Here you go.
Might be.
Come on, Levy. Let's get ready to play. Keep your mind on your work.
Okay, boys, here we go. Moonshine Blues first. Moonshine Blues, Mom.
I ain't doing no moonshine, nothing. I'm doing Black Bottom first. Come on, Sylvester. Where's Sylvester Mike? Irvin, get him a mic.
Ma, the boys say he can't do it.
Who? Who say he can't do it? What boys say he can't do it?
The band, Ma, the boys in the band.
What band? Band work for me.
He stutters, Ma. They say he stutters.
I don't care if he do. I promised a boy he could do the part, so he gonna do it. And that's all there is to it. You don't stutter all the time. Get a microphone down here for him.
We don't have time, Ma. We can't.
If you want to make a record, you better find the time. I ain't playing with you, Irvin. Now I can walk out of here right now, go back to my tour. I don't need to go through all this. Go get the boy a microphone.
Yeah, that's that Ma Rainey's Big Bottom. What is it? Black Bottom.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yeah, that's Viola Davis as Ma Rainey, a woman who looks like she applied her makeup with Homer Simpson's makeup shotgun invention. But she's a like this blues singer that is just tearing it up in the late 1920s. So basically, here's what's cool. This movie takes place in like a over the course of a day in a recording studio. There's a little bit of setup that takes place in a different time, but for the most part, the majority of the movie takes place in this 3 or 4 hours recording session in a studio. I love these little time capsule movies like that, where it, like Breakfast Club, it all takes place during the few hours of detention, that sort of thing.
Sure.
This is and basically it's all the stuff they go through. Ma Rainey's got a little bit of an attitude and kind of a diva. Chadwick Boseman, the late great Chadwick Boseman, plays Levy, who's also got a little bit of dreams and aspirations that exceed his means. He's her trumpet player, and they're fighting over the version of Black Bottom that they're going to do. Basically, he does a more upbeat, faster version, and then there's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is a more slow blues version. And so that's where the title comes from, is this song called Black Bottom, and whose version they're going to do. He's great. Chadwick Boseman is great, playing this character that goes from 0 to 60 in overreacting in no time, and consequences from that. You also get Coleman Domingo, who you might know from Fear the Walking Dead. He was in the first few seasons of that. Really, really good actor. Also, Euphoria. He's Allie on Euphoria.
Oh, I know this guy.
Ali.
Yeah, he's cool. Is it he? No, yeah, it is a he, right?
He's a he.
Yeah, it's a he.
Yeah,
okay, I'm looking at the right actor. Yeah, he's I like him. He's good.
Mm-hmm. This was produced by Denzel Washington. Doesn't appear in it, but I can see why it's on the top of so many lists. Didn't quite make the cut for Best Picture, but a lot of stuff. I think Viola Davis is nominated for a Academy Award and for Best Actress. It's really, really good. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman nominated for Best Actor, Production Design, Costume Design, Best Makeup, and Hairstyling, again for that makeup that looks like it was applied with a paint roller.
It's very 1920s though, that makeup, right? Like super thick. Yeah,
but even then, it's very exaggerated and very much for the character more than it is for the time, I think.
Yeah. Well, I've been wanting to see it. Netflix original, right? And
Netflix, it's on Netflix. I don't know if it's a Netflix original, but I mean, it's going to be on Netflix for a while, distributed by Netflix. So yeah. So yeah, it'll be there. Really, really good, worth checking out. And again, if you like these kind of movies where it's just a little slice of life moment, a little short time period, then you'll like this one because it's cool what happens in this recording studio.
I like this kind of stuff. I will definitely be watching this. So on my list. All right, here's mine. Mine's weird as crap. It's a weird thing I found on HBO Max, and I love that these exist, and I keep bumping into weird ones I've never heard of. And I'm sure I'm late to the game on it because somebody else has heard of it. But again, having not had cable TV for a while, a lot of this stuff I missed. I won't give too much away until the end, but here it is.
He found in their easy rapport an inner serenity he never thought possible, and decided to abandon his plan for Balinese destruction and run away with his beloved. He even began to enjoy seasoning his food with butterfly skulls and dance to the disco forged from the screams of his kind. Naturally, his butterfly brethren were devastated by the betrayal.
All right. Any guesses?
I'm guessing I think based on us talking about this during Film Sack last week, is this the animated that stop motion animated thing that had the prayer jackers?
Yes, this is the one. It's
called,
but I
can't remember what the name of that was.
It's called The Shivering Truth, and it's Adult Swim produced thing by the creator is Vernon Chatman, and you probably don't know that name, but he is a longtime writer, creator / collaborator on South Park. So his His stuff goes pretty deep. In fact, the only other thing that I can't think of the main South Park guy. What's his name? Not Matt Stone, the other one. Trey Parker.
Trey Parker, yeah.
Trey Parker doesn't do animated voice stuff very often, except for South Park. The only other exception is that movie where he played the villain. I want to say maybe it was the second Minions movie or something. He played some villain in that. And then the only other thing he's ever done is this show where he does one voice of a doctor. And I just thought that was interesting. So he's got like these ties to the South Park people. But what you're not going to get here is South Park. It's nothing like South Park. It's more like if you took the Twilight Zone and a little bit of Black Mirror and a little bit of, the Claymation's its own thing. They're not claymation. It's just stop motion. But
he says Terry Gilliam's Monty Python stuff is an inspiration
for sure. Like you can feel all of that stuff, and there are all kinds of voices in this. Vernon Chapman plays a lot of the. He does that. That was the narration. That was him. But he'll do other characters and stuff like that. But there's been tons of guest stars on this show as well. It started in 2018. There was a season then. There was a season in 2020. I really hope a third one's coming because I really, really like it.
This is cool.
It's very odd.
I'd never heard of this until you brought it up during.
It's very odd. It's very disconcerting. It is not a laugh riot. It's not meant to be. It's supposed to make you think and ask weird questions, and it's very non sequitur. Where like the waiter in a restaurant scene seems like he's got nothing to do with anything for the story, and then suddenly it shifts, and now it's all about the waiter, and that's all it's about. And then later you find out it's not actually about the waiter. It's about the waiter's cab driver or whatever. It's all very psycho and strange. Some of these episodes are just like straight up like, what the F are we even doing?
I'm blaming WandaVision on our current, both you and I seem to be going down the same rabbit hole.
Maybe. Maybe. It is definitely just like this. Okay, so it is animated, but I'm going to tell you right now, 100% not for kids. There's some swears, but also just imagery wise, it's just weird. It's freaking weird. And some of the tone of it is just a little dark or whatever, but it's my jam. It reminds me of why I love Liquid Television or any number of like just.
I can't believe you brought that up because mine's going to be in the same vein.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm so happy to hear that. So if you have HBO Max, what you probably don't realize is all that weird Adult Swim stuff, all these strange little offshoots that no one's heard of, or only people heard of at 2 a.m. in the morning when they watched it or whatever. It's all up there now, and it's all new to me, and I'm loving it. So, again, it is called The Shivering Truth. There are 2 seasons. It's a very quick watch, and I loved every second of it. Nicole, what did you bring with you?
So I have 2, and I was going to do the one that's closer to what you just recommended second, but I decided I'm going to do it first because it fits.
Why not?
Sorry, the doorbell rang.
Sorry. Busy
Someone's
life.
at the front door.
Those 2 dogs behind you, I'm surprised they're not going nuts.
I know. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a clip, and I want you. Can you play it for the audience?
Yeah.
All right, because you can watch it. Because here's the thing, you're not going to get this. I didn't. There's 4 seasons of this show. Never heard of it. It is in the same vein as like you were saying. I almost feel like this is Liquid Television for adults now. So there you go.
All right. Oh,
enjoy that.
This looks like something I would love. All right, hold on. Let me put it up in here so the chat can see it. Hopefully we don't get pinged on it. Ooh, weird. Okay, hold on.
I'm going to watch it too because I've never heard of this.
Hold on, my stuff's all set wrong.
Missed you.
Okay, let me turn it back.
Hi, stranger. It's been a while. I've missed you. It's okay. You can look at my butt. I feel like I can really be vulnerable around you. Do you like this tree I made? Cool, right? Oh, that was cool.
Love stupid weird stuff like this.
Oh my god.
It's so hard to make things sometimes, you know?
So what?
Looks like he's made out of marzipan.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like that's some good clay or whatever that stuff is.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
No.
All right.
I'm all in though, so tell me more.
So like I said, this is kind of structured like liquid television was, but it sounds a lot like what you were saying about yours, Scott. It's definitely not for kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more sweary. There's adult content in it. There's a bunch of different clips. It's a show called Cake, and it's on FX or FXX.
Okay.
I don't know. Either way, you can watch it on Hulu.
Let's see.
And I watched 3 episodes of the first season, and I was like, I got to this one, and I go, what the hell am I watching? But I couldn't stop watching it.
Oh, here it is. Handcrafted assortment of bite-sized content served up to viewers.
It's so weird and wonderful. And each episode builds upon. So like there's one segment called I think it's Oh Jerome No or something like that. Or Jerome, he just has so many feelings and he's trying to push his feelings away. And there's like a cameo from the Russian doll girl. What's her name? She was on Orange is the New Black too.
Nichols was her character, and her name is
she's Stifler's girlfriend, or not Stifler's girlfriend, the other girlfriend on American Pie.
Yeah, in American Pie, yes. Natasha Lyonne.
There you go.
Yes, Natasha. She rips a pigeon's head off with her mouth, and like weird, just weird. And then there's this girl. It's something poet. Oh, I found a clip of it, and I absolutely love it. It was called Quarter Life Poetry. And the first thing you'll get exposed to is, damn, I love this Friday night. And I'm watching this going, oh my God, this is brilliant.
So wait, this is called
And it's
Cake?
kind of made for, I hate using Gen X and Gen Z and all that crap, but it's for the younger generation and kind of what that generation experiences with phones and flakiness and go here, do that. I'm not there. I just loved it. And she does something every episode, at least for the 3 that I've watched so far. But if you are looking for something just different and just odd and builds up, this is a show for you.
Where are you seeing this? I can't find it. Where's it? FFX, or FXX?
It's Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
It's Hulu.
All right.
Yeah. And there's 4 seasons of it. I've never heard of it. And they do like these weird, like transitional things where they have like a couch made of cake and the person sitting in it just grabs it and he starts eating cake.
Weird.
It's so weird.
So is it all, everything's animated? Is any of it live action?
No.
Okay.
It's not. Everything is not animated. In fact, here's the clip I was just telling you about, the Quarter Life Poetry. And the way Hulu does it is, you can they've broken it out by the clips. So like if you like Quarter Life Poetry, you can watch all of them at once. It's a little toggle category at the top of the screen.
All right, I'll see.
Or you can just watch each of the episodes.
We'll take a look at this one here real quick, chat. It's almost like little tiny short films, basically.
It is. It really is. I love it. There's just something wonderfully weird about it.
I slip on my cozy clothes, winding down to watch my show, sipping tea and heating up my pad thai from 2 days ago.
That's gonna get me
earwormy.
Well, YouTube's gonna give me heat for that, but
but yeah,
this is totally my jam. I'll have to check this out. Seems good.
Well, and I first started watching it. I'm like, a white girl rapping what?
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's my favorite holiday thing is white girls rapping.
And you said Hulu?
Hulu Cake with the FX partnership.
Yeah.
That they're doing.
They just own. Disney owns them all now, but yeah.
Yeah.
I like FX a lot, and I really like that their stuff goes straight to Hulu now, like next day, which is great. So all the FX
and I'll
stuff
warn you.
Yeah.
Weird ass dreams after watching that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I would get those with Love, Death, and Robots. I would get those really weird dreams afterwards.
When's that new season?
I don't know. It needs to be soon.
I loved that so much. Did you ever see that, Nicole?
I have it in my queue to watch.
Oh gosh, dang it!
What's great is they're nice and short. So like if you've got 15 minutes, you can usually find one that's short enough to watch in there.
It's 2020 liquid television. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's it's so good.
Heavy metal kind of,
I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, more of that please soon.
You have to tell me if you like Cake.
Well,
There's a lot of animation in that as well.
I'm gonna
Not
totally.
just the
I'm gonna totally watch Cake. Cake is now on my official watch it soon list. So
there you go.
It's a good recommendation. As always, all these recommendations.
Oh, I'm not done.
Oh,
I got one more.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I actually have a movie.
Oh. Well, that's right. You already said you had two.
I know. All right. You want the clip? There you go. Here's the clip. You don't have to share it. It's just all you.
All right. Here we go. Click and play. Whoops. Here we go. Let's find out what this is. It's running. It's loading. It's loading. Here we go. It's for some reason not making any sound. Why?
Hey.
Oh.
You heard of that new movie? What's it called? Constipation.
No?
It's because it hasn't come out yet. Saw diarrhea though.
Oh, enough.
And got leaked early.
We're still eating. 7.
It got leaked early. Those are terrible jokes. These look like
Bad
Australian
joke.
people. What is this? Australiansinthe70s.com. I don't know what this is.
So, Amazon has a whole thing about movies that won awards. So I think this won a BAFTA that came out 2016. I had never heard of it before. It's a movie called Girl Asleep. And I watched the trailer, and the way they described it that made me instantly hit play was Napoleon Dynamite meets Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh,
and
cool.
it's so true.
Yeah. I'm in. I'm all in.
So in that clip, you heard the father, and he's trying to connect he has 2 daughters. One's older. One is getting ready to turn 15. And she's very awkward and very shy. But like most girls kind of going through that young girl to woman phase, she's lots of emotions going on in her. And this is actually adapted from an Australian play. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's so, again, weird. There's like weird things happening. And there's the older sister has a boyfriend, and I'm looking at him going, I recognize him. He is, and I looked it up later. You'll appreciate this, Brian. Do you remember in Twin Peaks, the 3rd season, what was it? The
newest season. Right?
Yeah, the newest season. He was the awful kid that was born of.
Oh, yes, right. Like the no good. Yeah, right. Michael
the blonde.
Cera, right? Oh, not Michael Cera.
No.
Yeah.
And he was just really awful, and he took the money from the grandparents. And Horton, is it Horton?
Could be.
Anyway.
Did he hear a
girl?
Did he hear a Well done.
You always know a Horton.
But anyway, it was his name's Edmund Farron. Eamon Farron. Anyway,
we'll take
he
your word
played.
for it.
Oh yeah, you take my word up. But he was in Richard Horn. That's right.
Oh.
So he was the son of what's her face.
Oh God, yeah, that guy. Yeah.
And yeah. So anyway, he was awful in Twin Peaks, and I hated him. And I saw him in this movie, and I couldn't shake it. I was like, I know him. But anyway, the whole point with him is he's like a bad guy, but he's also good, and he kind of plays this role of kind of helping the 15-year-old through some harder times.
Yeah.
And it goes into this whole thing where she goes into a dreamlike state, and there's like weird creatures, and I just loved it. It's just.
It sounds like
it's a very hard movie to explain, but
it came out in 2015.
16.
So it says,
was it 15?
It says 15 on IMDb.
2016.
But yeah, who knows? But that was a good year for movies from Australia and New Zealand. So I'm going to take your word for it and watch it. She's in something now called The Family Law. What is this? I wonder what this is. Anyway, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Who is?
This girl, this man.
I was gonna say, if you have a young daughter or have daughters, I think it's a good. I really enjoy. I probably will watch it with Ava when she gets a little older, because it kind of takes that whole transitional period where you're moving from, like I said, from little girl to young woman, and how people are treating you, and how like there's some mean girls that she's having to deal with, and then she has her best friend who really likes her more than a friend, and all those things that you have to navigate. And they put it into just a weird package of fantasy and different creatures, and like the father figure just wants to protect her, but he doesn't know how to protect her, and from this new phase of her life. And anyway, Girl Asleep, check it out.
All right.
I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
I cried, actually.
Oh my gosh, crying.
And it was very unexpected at the end. I was like,
Did you say where it's streaming? Is this Netflix?
This was on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Oh, you did say that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, very cool. This looks like a good one.
Sorry, even Farron's eyes are just piercing through me, and I can't.
I know it's hard to
look away.
Here's the deal: if you liked it, if any of
He's
these
Australian too, and he fakes these American accents like nobody's business.
Yeah, he's good at it. They're all good at it over there. I don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
Hey, if you like the sound of any of this, follow Nicole Spag on Twitter, and she'll list them out, and she'll say, hey, here's where to get them. That's the beauty of it. So
There
go
you
check
go.
it. Follow her if you haven't already. Nicole Spag, have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Bye. She's laughing at us. She's going to laugh at you. All right.
Laughing with us, Scott.
Yeah, not at us. Yeah, with us. Near us. She's laughing near us. All right, that's it for the show, everybody. We're done, and that means that it's my obligation to remind you that the show is supported on the backs of you. Patreon.com/TMS is where you want to go. Go find out why simply and easily at Patreon.com/TMS. And for everything else, frogpants.com/TMS. Send your emails to themorningstream@gmail.com. All right. You probably have a song to play, and why would I stand in the way of that? Let's do it.
Don't get in my way with this, Scott. I've been barreling through. I'm a juggernaut, bitch. Yes, this is not a request. This is just a song that's appropriate for today because it's an Irish artist covering another Irish band. Declan O'Rourke, which is the most Irishy sounding name ever, doing a cover of U2's When Love Comes to Town, the song they did with B.B. King. Brilliant song. Broken down with a very cool acoustic version here by Declan O'Rourke. This is recorded for Even Better Than the Real Thing, Volume 3, which is a series of albums originally done Irish artists covering other bands, and then one or two of their volumes were covering Irish artists. Claire Gack, not a fan of U2. But come on, this is Declan O'Rourke. This isn't U2. This is a BB King song. Come on. Anyway, here's Declan O'Rourke covering When Love Comes to Town.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Lettuce and tomatoes are very delicate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.